Good morning, sunshines. Okay, whoa. I am really thinking that the music's super loud today at Starbucks, so hopefully this actually goes up and goes live. When you guys jump on, let me know if you can hear me all right, and otherwise I'll just have to redo the video completely again. We're going to be talking about letting go of our emotions, and I don't know about you guys, but it's like I don't really lose my shit until I lose my shit, lose my ever loving shit. Anybody else? You're gonna comment on that, right? Before we get into that conversation, let's make sure that we share Good Morning Sunshine. So in these live videos, or if it's a rewatch later, we always interact and participate because we get more out of the experience if we do. So first of all, I really appreciate it if you push the subscribe button and then the little bell so you get notifications when we do go live, and then go ahead and like and then start commenting. So number one, say Good Morning Sunshine in your comments, right? Janine, you're killing the game at this. Like, I love how on point you are with it. Number two, go ahead and share with me something that you are grateful for. Wow, and really loud once the music goes down. Isn't that great? Something you're grateful for today. I'm really grateful for reminders. I don't know about you guys, but I lose track of things, appointments, times if I don't have reminders and alarms set. So something I'm grateful for. What a beautiful piece of technology we have. Next thing is one piece of our savers. Today, the focus is your affirmations. If you'd like to go ahead and share a couple of the affirmations that you're stepping into. I am strong. I am vibrant. I am patient. Maybe is one for today, right? And then let's talk about the subject. Okay. So here's the piece of it. And first of all, I do want you to identify yourself. Do you feel like you're ever walking around with a smile on your face? You're like, yeah, right? And you're really doing your best to show up happy and show up excited and all of the different things we talk about, like, right, you're choosing your attitude, you're choosing happiness. But there's a fact here that we are faced with different things that are always rainbows and sunshine. You guys, there are situations that happen in your life that really actually don't make you smile. It doesn't make you smile when you're 20 minutes late to work because there was an accident that was there, right? It doesn't make you smile when somebody opens up their car door and rams it into yours. It doesn't make you smile when you wake up and the entire house is completely dirty because the kids didn't do their chores. Like, there are definitely things where negative emotions arrive in their life, and they're supposed to. There's no way to go through life and really experience all that life has to offer without having that. So first of all, I want you to address that negative emotions are a part of your life. They should be a part of your life, and they will continue to be a part of your life. And next thing we're going to recognize is that that's okay. That's okay, right? But here's what we really want to go into today. So we have these different emotions that are pent up in our body. And we've been talking more about this, how negativity, right, your negative energy brings more negative into your life, and positive energy and light brings more positivity to your life. So we've talked about how, like, you're like, how is that person so lucky? Or why does these things always happen to me? Eeyore, right? Good morning, sunshine. With that, it's the acknowledgement that we all have emotions stored in our body. And I love using this example because when people think of me, they think that I'm always just like Mary Poppins. I don't know if Mary Poppins is even that happy. They think that I'm always like on fire happy, right? And I get this all the time. Are you ever down? Are you ever angry? Do you ever get sad? P.S. The answer is yes. Keep watching because you'll catch the sporadic Good Morning Sunshine. We're like, whoa, Cal lost her shit today, right? But usually, and I've been practicing this for a while, so it's been better. In the past, what I've noticed, and even like with my coach, where she's like, you have a lot that's down there. I look at her, I'm like, no, I don't. Like, what are you talking about? No, I don't. I'm clear. I'm good. Like, I feel happy. Things are going well. But there are some things that have happened for me, to me, that I've experienced in the past, just like you guys, like all of us, that weren't so great that I never actually addressed and let go of, which means I have this like pent up negative sphere of emotions down in my being that's just there. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, and I don't think I'm a bad person because of it, and same thing with you, but I'm just acknowledging the truth of the matter that it's there. And okay, first of all, that's okay. The question is, why is it there? How do we get rid of it? And how do we move forward from there? Okay, so the first piece is, why is it there? It's there because we have been conditioned to respond to situations and control our emotions in a certain fashion that generally results in a push down of emotions. So let me give you guys an example. I watch Quincy walking through the world right now, right? He's my son's 2.5, a little bit over 2.5, and he is so freaking cute. And he experiences emotions as they come in without any sort of hiding, without any sort of pushing things down. Like, he can be so exuberantly happy one moment, and then he can be like furious the next. Like, he's mad, he's angry, he wants his way, and then all of a sudden he's giggling because he experiences emotions as they come to him, instead of, when he experiences that anger, pushing it down, faking it, and moving on. Right? And this might feel very different than some of my other talks, because we're really getting into the reality of experiencing these things, not just pushing them away, right? So that's what our bodies, that's what we're supposed to do. But we get conditioned throughout our childhood and our life that, when we're angry at work because a certain situation arises, we don't throw a temper tantrum. We're not going to lay down on the ground and start kicking and screaming, right? But you know what else we don't do? We generally don't acknowledge and let that go. Instead, we're like, F this, I'm pissed at that, this happened, I'm just going to push it away, I'm going to walk around, and I'm going to be like, oh, like all day long. And then the ticking time bomb starts to start, right? It's like tick, 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 she pushed a little bit deeper, tick, 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 a little bit more, right? Same thing with sadness. Oh, I'm not allowed to be sad, right? Like, I have to choose happiness. I talk about choosing happiness, right? Which I do believe is a thing. But the thing is that when sadness arrives, if you don't acknowledge it and release it, it's going to find a place in your body, and it's going to be just sitting there waiting to get out. So as we've gone through life, we've done this with anger, we've done this with fear, we've done this with grief, we've done this with depression, we've done this with any jealousy, envy, any negative emotion. We have, whether you know it or not, whether you acknowledge it or not, we've been taking those different things and pushing them in a certain spot so that we don't have to acknowledge them, and we can keep moving through life as normal as possible. That's like, do you guys agree? Like, that's just like what we do, right? So after you can assess that, here's the next piece that I want you guys to realize, is that those emotions are waiting to release. Like, literally, like, you could like picture like a pot, a black stew pot that's in there, right? And the fuller it gets, the more full it gets, right? It's starting to bubble over. It's starting to stew. So when you feel like you're a tea kettle ready to burst or a ticking time bomb, it's because you are. It's because you actually are. Those emotions are waiting to come out. And you know what's so crazy about our subconscious is that we will actually be going through, and we'll find, whether you know it or not on a conscious level, you're trying to find different scenarios in your life where you can release those emotions. So if you have a lot of sadness that's within your body that you haven't let go of, Antonia, can you still hear me? I swear the music's just getting louder and louder. I'm like, how close do I have to get to the mic here? So if you have a lot of that, like, sadness, depression pushed down within you, your subconscious is purposely finding situations to be upset and sad with. You're like, why do these things always happen to me? But like, literally, your world is trying to pull that in so that you have the opportunity to release. But instead of taking the opportunity and do what I'm about to teach you, instead of releasing it, you encounter another situation and you push it down further, and that pot just gets fuller and fuller because you're not actually listening and letting go. Right? If you encounter things that make you angry all the time, it's like, why am I always like, I'm always the one that experiences this. Like, she doesn't ever get that. It's because you're attracting it subconsciously. Your body's bringing that in because you need to let go of what's in there. So if you can think of like some different situations that you feel like you're continuously encountered with, I want you to realize this is a good thing. You are being given the opportunity to let go and to release. How incredible is that? Right? So how does that work? Like, what does this all even mean? How does it even go through? Man, I'm really concerned you guys can't hear me at all now. I'm like shouting over this. This is why you don't do live videos in Starbucks, you guys, but I do. I do live videos in Starbucks because I'd be screaming over my kids right now anyways, right? Okay, so here's what the practice is. Okay, so how to let go of these negative emotions that arise. All right, number one, when they occur for you, I would like for you to attempt to acknowledge them as opposed to pushing them away. Now, when I say, like, let's say acknowledging anger, this doesn't mean that you throw a temper tantrum. It doesn't mean you start screaming. It doesn't mean you let your body get like about it. That's not what it means. Because if you do that and you like charge it, you're just going to make it worse. Instead, it's a pause. Okay, so it's a pause. It's a deep breath, and it's almost like removing yourself from yourself. Okay, so like remove yourself, go up here and look down at your little body. Look down at the little human down there having this human experience, feeling anger, and be like, wow, she sure is experiencing some anger right now. Like, look at her. She's experiencing a lot of anger in this moment, and be okay with that. Acknowledge it. So kind of remove yourself and acknowledge it, and then this is where you're going to be like, she's batshit crazy. But you guys, I've learned this from different books that I've read, different, seminars that I've gone to. When you acknowledge it and then you allow for it, and not even just allow for it, you're like, yep, it's cool. I see you, and you're angry. Like you got anger right now. You're experiencing anger right now, and you just like let yourself feel it. Not throwing a tantrum. You just like, okay, I see you. You're there. And what's so amazing, you guys, is when I do this in real life practice, and by the way, this is practice, it's not going to happen overnight. When I see this and I'm like a ticking time bomb, and I absolutely have these moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to freak out on my kids if they like don't do their chores one more time. I pause. I'm like, oh wow, she's getting mad. She's getting mad right now. And I look, right? And then I'm like, that's okay. Feel it. Feel the anger. Feel the sadness. Feel the depression, feel the anxiety, and just be and breathe and pause in that. And what happens, you guys, is you will actually feel the emotion wash away from you. It might take 10 seconds, it might take 2 minutes, it might take doing it over and over again because it keeps coming in, and then you just like, there it is, and then it like kind of melts off. And it's difficult for me to explain because as I practice and I've gotten better and better at it, I can like actually feel the emotions leaving my body. I can feel the negatively charged things just exiting. Where all of a sudden like, oh, wow, this isn't that big of a deal. And it's not that I'm saying that whatever's going on, because there's real life situations. I'm not saying that any of that's wrong or like not doesn't count it. It's not discounting it. It's just acknowledging that it's there and just relaxing with it. So what you resist persists, right? If you're like, I don't want to feel that. Like I do not want to feel that. I do not want to feel anger. I do not want to feel judgment. I do not want to feel anxiety. And when you say that, you're clutching onto it and you're actually pulling it in tighter. But when you're like, it's cool, just be here, and you choose it, you actually choose that emotion, then it's going to come in and it's going to be able to easily just melt away off your body. Now, here's the really cool thing. If you take this on and you practice, I hope you experience what I've experienced and so many other people. Literally, you're going to feel better within minutes regarding different situations. Okay, so like in the present moment, you're going to be able to release those negative emotions, which is so freaking beautiful. It feels so good to do that. But here's what's even more, and it's just more remarkable. Every time you let go of any negative emotion, any of that sadness or anger or grief, and it could be topically, right? You're letting go of, I gave an example in my TikTok video of like where like your kids put the fork in the wrong, like thing, the silverware. Like, right, they put the fork in the spoon. They know to put the fork in the fork, but they put it in the spoon thing, and you freaking freak out about it. You're not mad about a fork, but you're experiencing anger because there's so much pent up anger within you. And then when you breathe and you remove yourself, you pause, you remove yourself, you look down, you're like, all right, she's pissed off about a fork, it's cool. And you welcome it in, just be pissed, it's cool. I choose you, pissiness. and then it melts away, all of a sudden you feel better in that moment, but also those pent up emotions, some of that anger that's stored in there is going to go away with it. So you're literally like cleaning out your system every time you allow for feeling that, experiencing it, right? Choosing it and letting it go. And now everything that's built up with you is like layers of an onion. It's going to start to just like leave your body at each experience that you have. So there's probably so much pent up in you. It's not going to happen overnight. You've got, seriously, I've got 38 years of stuff to get rid of unresolved anger, jealousy, fear, anxiety, worry, all of those different things. So it's like 38 years of it in there, right? Anything after I started to acknowledge and learn how to suppress my emotions. So with that being said, it takes time. But the world and your subconscious gives you continuous opportunities for letting go. So next time you're seemingly sad for no reason, or you're pissed off for no reason, there is a reason. Even though it's just a fork in the wrong compartment, you are being given the opportunity to pause, breathe, welcome, choose, and let go. And with that, something from when you were 4 years old that pissed you off is going to leave your little body, and you're going to be left with more positivity and less negativity. And the more that you guys practice this, you're going to find that eventually your being is like free and clear of those negative emotions. And you guys, when this happens, you will walk around the world lighter. When you're more positivity than negativity, you're going to see that you start to attract more positive situations. You're going to attract more light. You're going to see less and less of these negative things showing up in your life because they don't need to, because you don't have that in your system anymore. Now, here's the final thing. This doesn't mean that you're going to practice this for a week or a month or a year, right? And all of a sudden, nothing bad is ever going to happen in your world. That you're never going to get angry or upset or sad again. That's not the way life works. Life offers us all sorts of lessons and all sorts of emotions that we get to work through, right? So when it happens again, the lesson here is allow yourself to feel. Don't charge it. Don't supercharge it. Allow yourself to feel. If you need to just choose the depression and be sad and have a good cry for a little while and choose it and say, I choose you. Like, I choose you. And then just relax and breathe. Find some quiet time and peace. Watch how your body starts to get rid of these different things so that you're not continuing to barrel it up. Because once you're free and clear, it's going to come in. You'll know the practice of how to let go. I hope that some of you guys will take this on. It's made a huge difference for me in how I show up to arguments, how I show up to conversations, how I show up to adversity, how I show up to grief, how I show up to anxiety. And do I have those things in my life still? 100% absolutely yes. But what I'm learning and still working on, very honestly, still working on, you guys, I'm working on not storing those emotions anymore, acknowledging them, right? And then breathing them through so that I can open up space for more positivity and more bright light. If you guys choose to take this on, we always end our video with a commitment. So again, if you interact in the comments, you're going to get more out of this, where you say, I'm committed to choosing, is what I would say. And what I mean by that is choose the emotion that you are instead of faking it until you make it. I know, I'm saying that, right? Let me know how this practice works for you. Reach back out if you do practice for a while and you start to see a difference. And you guys keep studying, keep learning, keep growing, because you're going to keep discovering more things. Make sure, like I said in the beginning, go ahead and subscribe. Click the little bell icon on here. Thank you guys for being a part of my world. Love you so much, and I look forward to watching you release some of those emotions. Love you guys. Light and love. My Starbucks, loud Starbucks to yours. Bye.
You know what I love?
What?
Playing the game of